what is your plan to help make college affordable for everyone?
I would say to help make college affordable for everyone, I would stop. I would shoot for free education, just like you would for K through 12. And how that would be done is obviously raising property taxes, if that's voted in by the people of that state or the people of the federal government. So it would be left up to the vote of the people. So if it were to pass, I would make it to where taxes would go up so everybody could get equal education.
Okay, so raising property taxes to pay for it?
Yep.
Okay, Mario, what is your, I guess your plan to help make college affordable for everyone?
I think it would be increasing the taxes on like billionaires, like increasing the taxes on billionaires and staying the same tax as like minimum, like normal, not normal, but minimum wage, like people in like our society. Just because as they make more, they don't do, all they do with their money is buying other merchandises, and so raising the tax on them would help college students who want to go to college. Wouldn't be as expensive, but I don't think the colleges would be the same as VJ was saying. They would be the same. They won't be the same because there's different divisions and different like types of education you can get. But increasing the taxes on millionaires in a certain rate, like I would say, if someone made over probably $300,000, then increase the tax on them. So just setting that standard on that, how much they make a year.
Okay, Zach?
I would follow the models of Norway and Sweden, where they have the highest education rate in the entire world. First off, tuition is instantly paid for by the state. Second off, most students almost 100% of the students qualify for a grant that's given them to help pay for food and board. And although this requires an increase in taxes, it's well worth the investment, seeing that they both have the highest highest income per capita in the world. So
specifically, what taxes would you raise, Zach?
Taxes. It would most likely be an increase in the capital gains tax and the property taxes, especially on those that are worth more than $250,000.
Comments?
I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Alex. Okay. That's about it. Right on a minute. Is that? Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Based on how bad our education is, especially states like Idaho, what are your ideas to turn our education program around, and what would you do to steer education in the right direction? Zach first, is it?
Alright, so right now as a country, we spend more on every prisoner than we do every student. We spend more on our military than we do on our students. And I would change that. I would spend more money per student instead of more money per prisoner. I would increase the amount of money that schools get from federal sources. I would also fight for regulations in the teaching practice, especially with teachers' education, making it more viable for people to become teachers and making it more economically viable as well for teachers to live a comfortable life, because these people are educating our future, and it's not fair that they should be paid so little, even though they're such a vital aspect of our future.
Okay, same question, Virgil. Based on how bad our education is, more or less, what are your ideas? You had to turn the program around, and what would you do to steer education and what you think is the right direction?
I would say also decreasing the amount of prisoners that America holds, and also instead of raising taxes on healthcare and other things, I would set, my idea is to set a straight tax rate to where everybody pays that same percentage. So if people make a higher income, they pay that percentage of their income. If they make a lower income, they pay that percentage. So everybody has to equal the same tax rate, but we all pay, and so take that money that's getting taken away from healthcare and tax them a little bit more on property to where we could fund schools, because I treat it just like a business. If you have a certain amount of employees, you get, like, if you have a home health care, you get paid Medicare to help pay your employees. So I would treat schooling just like a business and funnel money into them so they could pay and everything for how many students they possess.
I guess we'll get the tax rates in a bit, but are you saying, Virgil, that by going with a regressive tax rate, that would actually increase tax revenue?
Not like regressive, but like a straight, so like
Flat tax.
like a flat tax, like you would. Okay, then yes.
All right, Mario. Yep. Based on how bad our education is, what are your ideas that you have specifically to turn our education program around, and what would you do to steer education in the right direction?
Okay, so everyone knows that many kids now, especially in Idaho, I see as my perspective is that all the kids aren't mature enough, and they get a lot of things handed to them, and they don't really go out and work for it. So at the same time, they go to school, okay, but we don't really have to do this because I can go home and do whatever I want. And so coming to school as example of Ridgeline, when kids are put into Ridgeline, their hopes and dreams go down because, okay, I have to go to this school because my grades are down, and then this is the way I can get them back up. So going to that school may be a good cause, but at the same time, it's not really making a good cause because it's setting their mindset to like, okay, I'm a failure, but I got myself into this situation. So getting themselves out of this situation, the teachers, I mean, having them not, okay, we're in debt, about 2.8 million, it's probably increasing even higher. The teachers aren't caring as much as they would have used to. Okay, we're not getting paid as much, so do I have to put all my effort into the kids? And so putting more effort to the kids, I think the teachers should more ensue and like teaching and helping the kids through like their school work. And I'm not saying they're not helping them, but at the same time with their grades and everything, like pursuing their dreams and like writing their goals down, just helping them throughout the whole school year and their 4 years of high school, like elementary, and middle school.
Comments? Okay. Did you, I guess it's kind of a local issue, not necessarily national, but what are your thoughts on propositions 1, 2, and 3 in Idaho, Virgil?
I would have to say that all of them are incorrect and would lessen the ability for our students and for the teachers than influence it. So I'd say it's a negative thing towards the state.
Okay, Mario?
Well, I guess you really just YOLO it. Just
You what?
YOLO.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, but I don't really know what the propositions are. So.
Zach?
I would disagree with all of them. I mean, taking away teachers' bargaining rights, forcing taxpayers to pay for underfunded technology programs, all horrible economically and socially, so I don't know on it.
Okay.
I'd have to take off with Zach right there with the whole technology. With the whole, yes, technology is growing in America and the world, but giving a laptop or an iPad to a freshman or a sophomore in high school and teaching them to work by computer, or taking away their hands-on learning and face-to-face with human beings, so they'll become more antisocial and it'll decrease like hands-on jobs and everybody will just shoot for technology.
This one goes to Virgil. What would you do to ensure that women are given, I guess, more or less equal pay for equal work?
Can you repeat the question?
So currently, women are paid about 72% of what men are paid for the same position. What would you do to ensure that women are paid the same as men, in the current job?
I would definitely have a federal law, institute a law that is saying that men and women are equal. And women do have equal rights, and they can vote, and they work the same, like if not harder than men. And so I would say equal pay, and I would institute that into federal law. And if your business is not doing that, you would be taxed or sued or punished for the unlawful treating of women.
Okay, Mario,
Can you repeat the question?
what would you do to ensure that women are paid equally as their male counterparts are?
Okay, well, as we established, everyone is equal in the United States, and so males and females should be paid at the same rates. And I mean, judging by their experience, and I mean, males, yes, they're stronger, but females, yes, they are smarter, and so yes, they work more better and.
Oh, better.
More better, exactly.
Sure. And so they work better than, and like, okay, as I say, like calling institutes or just indoor things, and then males work better outdoors, but at the same time, females can also work outdoors if they want to, but they have that right if they want to be paid just like that male, and they think they can pursue that dream in outdoors or indoors, and whatever they choose, they should be able to be paid the same amount of money.
What's your plan for it, though?
My plan. Tell everyone to pay equal.
Okay, Zach,
Alright.
what is your plan to ensure that women get paid for equal pay for equal work?
First off, I would fight for a law that expands on the Lilly Better Act, I think that's what it's called, and try to establish the law that says men and women of equal position inside of the same company have to be paid the same wage. And secondly, I would also fight for a mandate that companies have to send in reports of what position every employee holds and what they're paying them. And if there's found that there's a discrepancy of pay of men and women inside of the same position, then they would either fall under a federal lawsuit, a personal lawsuit, a state lawsuit, or multiple of the above.
Okay. Any comments with that? No? Okay. Had quite a few questions about this, another social issue. Who starts it up? Mario. What is your stance on abortion?
Abortion, I think, should be. What is my stance? Like, what do I say? Okay.
Your position on it, your office, your presidency.
Oh, so I stand for abortion, or whatever how you say.
Pro-choice.
Yeah. I think, well, when I say that, I say like it should mostly be the woman's, or it's her decision, because she's the one carrying the baby for 9 months, and if she wants to do that, then she can or cannot do it. And if it's her choice, or she can't really rely on anyone else to go and ask questions, and can I do this or can I do that? I mean, it's her decision. So.
Okay, Zach.
Well, like Ronald Reagan said, abortion should be legal, paid for by the taxpayer, and rare. Because instead of fighting a war on women and saying that we should be able to control what they do with their bodies, we should be trying to fix the issues of what causes women to want to have an abortion, such as like being in poverty. I mean, you're not going to want to have a kid, and you're not going to be able to support that kid once it's outside of the womb if it's not economically viable. And so I'm pro-choice with a woman being able to make that choice, but there should be also programs in place to dissuade them from making that choice, making it easier for them to keep the baby, because it's sad when they have to give up the child, but there's certain reasons that they do so.
Okay, Virgil.